cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt fool cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt fool cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt fool cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood.
And we're live.
And we're back.
Welcome to the Underdog Journey. I'm West. This guy's David. And
I got done.
He's done.
I got done today.
Finally done.
I did it.
We each have tasks.
Yes, we each have tasks. Mine, West is all the stuff up to clicking the start button, which is a ton of work.
There's a few things that I got to do.
There's a few little
minor
nuances
details
in the background. Yeah, this little things about actually making it work. But once that countdown starts, I got 5 minutes to do everything that I've got to do and be ready to talk to you guys, which, as most of you guys know, I'm normally not on time and being ready here. So hopefully, and I don't have it up on this side. Okay, here we go. I mess with the audio over here. We're good. Back to mute, and we're good to go.
Yeah. And Shannon,
so I got my screens all laid up.
Yeah.
Was that Shannon said something about me painting in numbers or something?
Yeah, no, I was going to say thanks for joining us, Shannon. It looked like you were in paint by numbers at the start of the show, and
David looks like he's deep into a paint by numbers.
It might be more informative than some of our shows, but Tyler Jackson also says, long time no see. So, Tyler, good seeing you, man.
Tyler, good to see you out there.
Absolutely. David.
What you drinking over there, bro? Bro ham?
Well, I said I was going to save this for a special occasion, but every time we do this show is a special occasion. So I'm drinking the Wellers. I got the Wellers out tonight. What are you drinking?
Well, I kind of want to run to the other side and grab that Weller now.
I know. It's pretty good stuff.
All right. Well, I'll do Weller, but I'm going to do the Antique, the 107.
There you go.
So that's the Weller. That's the Weller Reserve.
Yes.
And that one is actually I've got that, which I just cashed. I've cashed 2 bottles, and I'm not going to say how long, but
it's like one afternoon.
But I share it with. I take it down to my lounge and I share it with people there, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you got Weller? Yeah, I'll take a pour of that." But that one's my favorite. The Weller Reserve is my favorite. I like the 12-year. It's good. The Antique 107 is really good, but the Weller Reserve I still think is my favorite.
It's all pretty tasty stuff.
Yeah, I've got a circle. I'm looking at the feed over on Facebook right here, and I got a circle going on. So I'm gonna refresh that screen and see what's going on.
Laura Lines Black, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. So I have a Weller guy now, so I can get it whenever I want. Thanks, David.
Yes,
you're officially the Weller guy.
See, I am never the guy, but I know the guy.
You know the guy. It's good to be the guy for the guy.
I got a guy for everything, man. I got a guy for everything. You need something, I can't do it. I'm nobody, but I got a guy.
But you got a guy. That's funny.
And we're again over on Facebook. We're going into the circles.
Oh no,
if anybody else is having a problem on Facebook, just let us know. I'm gonna pull up YouTube right now and make sure that works.
Yeah, let's just check our feed just to be safe. Let's see. 1 second here. A little maintenance. The joy of live streaming, right? You never know what's gonna happen. I got a live feed over on Facebook. It's still on the countdown though, so maybe it started. Nope, we're good. It's looking at me, checking my phone.
But then it goes into a buffering thing. So I'm gonna pull up the YouTube and see what's what.
Yeah.
See what's what.
What's what?
Right.
I think we're good though. So David, how you been, man?
Oh, busier than a one-armed paper hanger. It is. It has been a thing. I sat through one of those meetings today. Have you ever done this?
A paper hanger meeting? A paper hanger meeting?
No.
How do you
where
put this
one person makes a mistake, and they kind of make an announcement to the whole group
that they made a mistake?
So no, not that somebody made a mistake, but you got to watch out for this. So instead of just correcting a single person's actions, it's like, oh my God, we got to create a policy here.
Oh yeah,
and I'm sitting through this, and I'm now, thank God that I've got this, because I use this setup in my daily. I have a different computer, but this setup with a microphone and everything. So I keep myself muted on the computer, and I'm able to mute myself separately over here on the microphone.
Okay.
Because I would have been fired
for some of the stuff you said
a long time ago. And some of the stuff that I say when these people are talking slip through.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I think I've been close a couple times. I got to double check to make sure I'm muted before.
Yeah. Well, I did make the mistake one time that my boss's boss was like, it dropped off. This dropped off. It dropped off more than we were expecting. And I'm just sitting here and I'm listening to him. And, it's exactly what I effing expected. And he goes, what? I'm like, oh, shit.
Whoops. Mute.
Sorry, I was supposed to be on mute for that. And then I muted myself and didn't say another word the whole time.
That's smart, David. That's probably smart.
Yes, indeed.
We should do a show on business etiquette for Zoom meetings.
Yeah.
Do you guys use Zoom or Teams? What do you?
It's a Teams company.
Your Teams, yeah.
It's a Teams company.
It's funny how many big companies I work with who either use Zoom or Google Meet, and I'm like, you guys are big kids. Why aren't you using big kid tools? I don't know. That's getting snobby.
Well,
I'm not being snobby here.
It's crazy because we actually have Zoom as well. There are certain things that they run through Zoom, certain things we run through Teams. Most of the stuff we do is through Teams.
Right. So
all the cast and updates and stuff that I do through Teams.
Yeah, and look, there are a lot of Teams hacks. Maybe we do a show on some Teams hacks because there's some pretty funny ones out there. But
I could learn something. I know how to create a meeting and accept a meeting. And I know how to share my screen, and I know how to share my screen. And this one gets a lot of people. I know how to share my screen and computer audio, because there's a check mark box there that says share computer audio.
Right.
But people show us videos all the time, and there's no audio. I'm just like, yeah, that was really good, because I don't want to spend 15 minutes for them trying to hunt down the thing that says the check mark box that says share computer audio.
Right.
So
yeah,
what's going on in your world? I know you've got. I don't have any news stories. I've looked through the news. There's nothing that I came across that I couldn't. We wouldn't run dead into politics. So no news from me today.
There are a few interesting news things. Let's see what we got here. First thing from CNBC: Elon Musk is no longer the world's richest man. Person, I should say.
No, we're gonna say richest man. Come on, damn it.
His face says it all. He's not very happy about that.
Actually, that's stock footage from. I mean,
it is. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
He literally could have just told a joke, and
yeah, that's literally how he always looks. This is his happy face.
Yeah.
So Noah's telling you what about this story?
Yeah, he was just telling me that Elon Musk lost the title of richest man in the world. So who is it right now?
Let's see. World's richest man is Bernard Arnault. Bernard.
Oh, okay.
LVMH CEO Bernard Arnault.
I see it. Yeah.
So this guy is. Let me try and find the companies that he founded.
He's premium brands. He's
right. He does really high end brands. He's a big. Yeah. He owns a lot of those things. But yeah, that must be nice to be on that list when you're making so much money that you're one of the three richest people in the entire world.
Yeah, it's
a hard life. It's a hard life, Mr. Bezos.
I mean,
or Mr. Musk, one of you, Mr. Arnold.
Yeah.
I feel bad.
You haven't. They could double their income. It doesn't impact us. I mean, they could literally double the amount of money they have and still have no impact on us. So.
Oh, I saw something crazy. Like I was talking about Jeff Bezos. Like if you spent like $100,000 every single day from the time the pyramids were built up until today, you'd still be one of the world's richest people. If you had Jeff Bezos money, it's crazy. So these people have just ungodly amounts of money.
That's fine.
Which I'm not judging. No, I'm not saying that's bad. That's great. Look, if I could be there, I totally would be. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those rich people haters.
Yeah. No, I mean, that frig.
My
Take
goal
me under your
is to
wings. I'll
be
do
one
it.
of those people one day.
Yes, I want to be the richest man in the world.
Right.
Already am. Already am.
You know what? At heart, you're one of the world's.
We're rich in love. We're rich in love.
It's true. I've met your family, and you're basically it's like
our
the Brady
followers are
Bunch.
just loveless. The Brady Bunch.
It's heartwarming. It's my teeth hurt after I speak to you and your family. You're so sweet.
Yeah, from grinding your teeth.
Maybe that too. So here's one. So here's one from LinkedIn News that I think you might get a kick out of.
Okay.
Does remote work hurt young careers? So here's the story. Since remote work is on the rise, people have been warned the potential drawbacks of ditching the office, such as less face-to-face time with colleagues. But Gen Z workers aren't buying the negativity. About 20% of workers under the age of 24 say remote work has actually helped them build their connections with coworkers, while compared to just 8% of workers above the age of 50. Now, personally, I think that's probably true. I think about 20% of people probably think it's a good thing for their career to work from home, but that still leaves the remaining 80% that probably agree it's not a good thing for your career. I am actually a big work from home advocate because I like it, because I don't want to deal with traffic or sitting in a cube all day, but it is not actually great for building a career. It's not.
No.
You need that FaceTime.
You got to put the FaceTime in. So I was, in talking about the creation and early on in your career, I know you cringe every time I bring up Jordan Peterson, but
me and Jordan, we're like this.
Yeah, well, I was listening to him the other day, and it was one of the previous. It wasn't a live Q&A by any stretch of the imagination, but he made the comment that somebody asked me if let me see, it's going to be all paraphrased. If companies look for creative people, and the answer is no. At the younger levels, these entry levels. They're not looking for creative people. They're looking for, here's the box, operate inside this box.
Right.
And don't question it. If there's something that's outside this box, it means you can't do it. It can't be done. It's absolutely impossible. And that's who they're looking for. In turn, basically, companies are not looking for people like me, who I will absolutely I will solve your problem. But
that's not how you got started. But David, that's not how you got started, though.
It's not how I got started. The problem with that is people are now getting promoted up. They're bringing in these very checkmark box oriented people, and those people are being elevated up. Now, I'm okay with that to a certain point, but once you cross a certain threshold, you have to be able to be creative, and you have to understand that there are things outside of the standard box. And when people say think outside the box, you guys, everybody knows my stance on that.
David, don't get started on this.
I want to slap somebody just fast when they're like, guys, we really got to think outside the box. Bam! Come on, man. That's a terrible idea.
Why shouldn't somebody think outside the box, David? What is your? Let's go down that rabbit hole.
For those who haven't heard me go off on this in the past, I am adamant about saying you don't think outside the box. If it's actually outside of the box, it means it has no real application to what you're doing. I'm selling goldfish food. So I want to put a guy on a lawnmower, mowing his lawn on a Sunday afternoon, drinking a beer.
Okay.
That's outside the box. And it belongs outside the box because it has not a dang thing to do with selling goldfish food.
Right.
But if I find something out there that I haven't thought of, it's not outside the box. And let's say it promotes it. Let's say I get a kid learning responsibilities on feeding their goldfish on time every day. I'm like, all right, well, that's real good out of the box thinking. No, it's not. That should have been in the box.
It should have been in the box all along.
It should have been in the box all along. If it's outside the box, leave it the hell outside the box. If it belongs in the box, put it in the box.
So you're saying the box is BS, is what you're saying?
The box is BS. The box does not exist.
The box means nothing.
It's application based, and almost everything we should do should be application based. What is the application we're doing? Is it applicable to this application? We're going to try to get as many APPs in there as we can. That way, if they start putting the type up on the screen again, That's just like all kinds of APP. Anyway, so is it applicable to the application? Yes, then it does. Is it applicable? No, then leave the hell alone. Move on.
Right.
So, yeah. So these people are getting promoted up and up and up and up and up this food chain where they don't have creativity. All they know how to do is execute only what is handed to them, and they cannot fully encompass and see. Hey, I want you to work on this program, and they can't see it because it's this is my part of the program. It's just in this little cylinder, this little box. Right. Is where my part is, and they don't see how it interacts with all of it because we have not promoted creative thinkers through the channels.
Right. I mean, it could be argued that that's just an institutional problem with
it absolutely is an institutional problem.
Most workers and frankly culture right now, and it has been for a long time. It's I forget who said this, but one of the original founders of the existing educational system. I wish I knew I could remember this guy's name. The quote goes something like, I don't want to build a country of thinkers. I want to build a country of workers. And that's really it. It's the whole system's kind of designed to put you in this silo. So you do this one thing, you're very good at this one thing, and that's your one thing. Unfortunately, there are a number
John D. Rockefeller.
Oh, I knew it was one of those
want
guys.
A nation of thinkers. I want a nation of workers.
Right. Yeah, that's exactly it. So, and he was one of the founders of the current educational systems as it exists. The whole system from the ground up is built to have these silos, these walls built.
Yeah.
And there
silos.
Are people...
That's the word. I'm sorry. I was searching for that word a couple moments ago.
Oh, believe
silos.
Me.
Silos.
I have worked and currently work within silos, which kills me. Because David, like you and I both are the kind of people where we need that 30,000-foot view of how everything works. We can't live within these silos because if you continue down that same road, nobody's going to know how this connects to this over here and how it works over here with this, and it's going to remain disconnected and it's going to remain dysfunctional. Yeah. So, boy, this is a tangent.
Yeah, well, actually, no, it's a great conversation. This is stuff that we don't usually get into on here. There was, when I'm, we'll just say refreshing my resume, just kind of keeping it up to date and everything.
As you should. Everybody should.
And you should. Absolutely. You should, once or twice a year, at least get it out, dust it off, make sure everything is up to date, and that, that you would hire you.
Right.
So I'm looking over this, and I started laughing. I started on it last night, and I started kind of smiling and kind of laughing because I remember a time when I first graduated high school. They were like, you got to put things there like detail oriented. And if anybody knows me, I am not a detail oriented person. I will hire the detail oriented person to handle the details.
Yeah.
I am a results oriented person. I don't care I know there are details, but I don't need to know about them.
Right.
I need to know that you know about them, and I trust you. I'm not going to hire somebody I don't trust. I trust that you know the details, and so I need that detail-oriented person, but I myself am not. So that's one of the things you got to look at, too, as you're out there, especially now because the job market's about to get really flipped up on its head from where it's been.
It sure is.
There are going to be certain markets that are in desperate need of people. Hospitality, restaurants and things of that nature, hotels, are still going to be in desperate need of people. But in the tech world, I mean, you guys have been listening to us. We're talking layoffs by hundreds of thousands.
We're already seeing it to some extent, yeah.
Yes, and we're already seeing that, and it's not getting any less. Now, there's going to be some uptick in that. Some manufacturing portion of those tech jobs are going to be there, but software and places like that, that's not where the jobs are going to be. So we're going to be flipped on our head for a little bit with jobs. So again, it's another great time to brush up your resume.
Also, one piece of advice: don't use phrases like detail oriented.
Yeah.
Because then you're going to sound like literally everybody else out there who uses phrases like detail oriented. So be more creative than that.
Yeah. We might do that. We might do a resume.
Let's do a resume show. That does sound good.
A resume show? Does sound good? Let's do I got a couple people who are like, I got a guy who does some. Yeah, I got a guy who proofreads some stuff for me. So
all right,
I might see if he can. And I now this is a tangent. So as I'm down at the lounge there, having myself a tasty veiled prophet cigar from Hiram and Solomon. and a glass of Ohio. I took the Ohio down there.
Ohio is good stuff.
So yeah, I was having a glass of Ohio, and I'm sitting there, and a guy comes in. He's a musician. He's been a musician forever.
Mm-hmm.
And he's talking about all the stuff in the background. I'm sitting here talking to him, and basically conducting an interview with this guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I need this guy on the show. I need this guy on the show because he's talking about an aspect of the music business that we don't get to see a lot, and it is the people who are looking now, instead of selling your song out to a publisher or a recording label,
mm-hmm.
they are licensing their songs so that they hold the rights to the songs indefinitely in perpetuity.
That's smart.
But the song can be licensed out, and they have control of not only the song itself, but how it's applied and how it's used. So there's a whole other, and he started talking about it, and I'm, I'm like, this is a huge business. And he talked about, in the Global Plague Sniffles of Death,
mm-hmm.
where him and his partner, drummer for some Joey Bottomos or something like that, or piano or something, I don't know. But how they put together so many songs during that, kind of lockdown period. I'm like,
mm-hmm.
man, I bet that has grown huge. So I started digging into it a little bit, and I literally deemed it worthy. I was like, oh yes, this is something that we could talk about, because there is a major market and a major business happening here that has always existed, but not to this scale and not quite in this manner.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely something to look into. But anyway, that's the end of my tangent on that. Well, it's the end of my tangent this time.
It's the end of this particular tangent. There's more to come.
Yeah, there's more tangents to come.
We're
We're barely getting started here.
That's a deep class we got to get through first. All right, so this next one might not surprise you. 2 more states restrict TikTok. So let's see. More states are taking action against TikTok. Alabama and Utah have now joined Texas, Maryland, Nebraska, South Carolina, and South Dakota in prohibiting the short-form video app on state government devices.
Which makes sense.
Reports. So for those of you who don't know, TikTok's actually owned by a Chinese company called ByteDance. And in case you don't know, the Chinese government basically owns all corporation in China.
Yeah.
That's not a joke. That's not hyperbole. They literally own.
I have a corporate device right here.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just going to see if TikTok's available.
Well, so here's the funny thing that while you're doing that, I'll continue on. So a lot of people don't realize that in TikTok's terms and conditions, it actually mentions that they can read all of the data on your phone. They have access to all of your information on other apps, your location information. It can even log your keystrokes. So for obvious reasons, the United States government, in a lot of cases, don't want this.
Oh, there we go.
You saying it's not available?
No, it'll allow me to get it and put it on my phone.
Oh, there you go. You got it on your phone. Okay, so apparently your company,
deleting that.
Your company doesn't mind if you have TikTok. So look, they may or may not be using data for governmental purposes or tracking purposes, but I'm not a conspiracy theorist. But
I'm not a conspiracy theorist either. But
it's aliens.
Truth is truth.
But truth, exactly. Exactly. So
we need to have a button on the Stream Deck that's like aliens.
We need to. I'll set something like that up. But it's true. It's absolutely
and
true.
We need a button for that's what she said.
That is, in fact, what she said. So that really shouldn't surprise anybody. If you don't know at this point that there are concerns, you might have other issues.
And if we look at the headline, they didn't bury it too far, but let's bring that back up just real quick. Just bring that one back up. Because, this is something that you got to watch out for. 2 more states restrict TikTok. Well, based on the headline, they're telling you can't use TikTok.
Yeah, right.
No, what they're saying is you can't. We don't want TikTok downloaded on state-owned devices.
Right.
That's it. We don't. That's what they're saying. And the good news is it's not very far down the list here before you get to it. But you can't. There's a lot of people who just read that headline, and that's it. They move on. So this is you can tread the water, but sometimes you got to dive a little deeper down into it to actually know what's actually going on. So I agree with this. I agree that from a business standpoint, And there's a reason why governments are incorporated from a business standpoint, that they don't want these on their own devices. I wouldn't want them on my device. I think my hashtag current wife downloaded TikTok, and she started messing around on it for one of her her business for the travel agency thing, and I think she got off of it within just a few minutes. Well, just a few minutes.
The funny thing is, they've already. I mean, this is documented that TikTok is one of the most addictive interfaces in all of social media. Like in all of social media, this is one of the most addictive in that it keeps people on there longer, keeps them absorbing this content longer, and it just fires those endorphin receptors, or not endorphin. The what's the pleasure?
I'm sorry.
Anyway,
let's see. Exercising releases endorphins.
Yeah, not the endorphins.
Endorphins make you happy. Happy people don't kill their husbands.
Now,
Legally Blonde, man.
Anyway, one of those. So it's documented. It's one of the most addictive. And the funny thing is, the Chinese version of TikTok restricts most of the content that you find on American version of TikTok, because the government over there actually restricts it, because they don't want their citizens absorbing some of the content, and they actually have time limits and curfews for young people who actually use the platform, whereas we don't over here. So, sorry,
can I do it?
Go ahead. Aliens. It's all a conspiracy. No, my cat just jumped on the step over. So yeah, good times.
All right, so you'll notice I just threw up a comment. Said, hello guys, David is making some really good points today. The reason for that is because for some reason, I happen to notice over here, Facebook now has a little banner on the bottom that says, send 200 stars to see your comment here on our page. It says send 200 stars.
Send 200 stars?
Yeah, what the hell is 200
what does that even mean?
Stars? I don't know. Okay, so you can buy stars. How do you buy stars?
What?
So if I do, okay,
so this
your
is brand new to
comment
me. What are you talking about?
Yeah, this is something we are just discovering on Facebook here.
Send 200 stars?
Yeah, it says something about sending 200 stars. Beast mode is 1,000 stars. Dramas 5,000 stars. Spectaculars 10,000 stars. What is this? What is this? Okay, so
I don't see any of this on the mobile interface.
Yeah, I've got it on the desktop interface right here, and it's okay. So I'm going to click the word. I'm going to click right here. Oh, okay. So 75 stars plus 5 stars is 99 cents. So
they're
Facebook
monetizing.
Is monetizing our channel. Do we get any cut of that? Does it come to learn more about stars? Okay.
I would love to learn more about stars. We should have done a show on this. I had no idea this existed.
We could have done a show on this had we known it happened. I just have looked at it. I'm like, what the heck is that? Okay, you can support creators and artists by buying and sending stars on Facebook. Creators earn money for the stars they receive. Learn how to buy and send stars. Yeah, send us some fucking stars. Yeah, come on now. How do you use stars to support a Facebook creator? You send them. Stars aren't available in every country. They are available in the U.S.
Well, apparently. Was
this helpful? No, go away.
Not at all.
Yeah. Which creators can I send stars to? You can send stars for gaming, on-demand video reels. So if you're in Libya, Egypt, Algeria, Belize, Ghana, Oria, Costa Rica, Moldova, Tunisia, I don't even pronounce that. Lebanon, Cape Verde, Turks and Caicos, really Turks and Caicos, Uzbekistan and Korea, you cannot send stars. So sorry if you guys are out there and want to support our channel by sending us stars that we didn't know about.
So aside from stars being used as like a tipping feature, what else can you do with stars? You said that.
I don't. It said it. Well, this is what got my, and that's what spawned this. It says send 200 stars to see your comment here, and I'm like, wait a minute. Does this mean in order to comment on our page, you've got to send these stars?
I don't think so. People left comments on this video.
Yeah, so sorry. Every so often our thing over here, I don't know if it's just my feed in from Facebook, but everything else is operational. But my feed to Facebook just keeps going into the little blue ring of buffering.
It's because you have terrible internet at your house, David.
Yeah, I've only got a gigabit out here. send 200 stars to see your comment here. And I'm like, all right. So that's what spawned me to go, all right, do I need to buy stars? What the hell's a star? So that's what I said. Hello, guys. David is making some really good points today. A, because it's fun. I'm talking about myself. And B, I needed to find out what this star thing was about. So that's interesting. I'm going to look into this more.
Yeah.
So I'm curious now as a creator of how this works and how this feeds out. But we'll see.
Right. That's an interesting method for monetization. So it actually, you know what it actually kind of reminds me of is Dogecoin.
Tipping.
Remember?
Oh.
Well. So
I was thinking tipping on those adult websites, but okay.
Well,
I don't know anything about.
We won't go. David, don't talk about our OnlyFans page yet. We're not completely done with that.
That's what I was thinking about. Hey, it's like, hell, we talked so much in the last couple of weeks about starting an OnlyFans page. Facebook is like, no, we got to keep them here. We got to keep them here. We'll give these guys some tips.
Hilarious. No, so on Reddit, you could actually tip people using Dogecoin. And that's kind of how it got started. And it was sort of a joke. Like Dogecoin was worth, thousandths of a penny. And it was worth nothing. And eventually it sort of caught on through this meme. And, Elon Musk got involved and actually became worth a little bit of money. It's not now. But I still own some.
8.9 cents per Dogecoin.
I still own some. So that kind of reminds me of that. You could tip people on Reddit. And again, it was kind of a joke. But that's funny. Also on YouTube, there is a tip jar. So you can actually tip your creators. Well, if they activate the feature. It's not automatically on. So somebody on YouTube couldn't tip us right now. We haven't activated it. So
tip us and West will take off his overshirt.
Yeah, leave us some stars and see how many it takes before Facebook actually pays us out.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes. I'll bet it's a lot. I'll bet it's a lot.
It's probably a lot. Hey, I'd like paid out for my 3 stars.
Right, exactly. I don't think you can cut a penny that small. All right, so the live studio audience is with us. Hey, guys. Okay.
How are we doing today?
What do you got, Catherine?
Are you eating a chip?
She's eating a chip.
I got one of these.
She has an origami cat.
Mm-hmm.
Origami kitty cat.
And I have the origami books that she used. This one is this one that's purple is my mom's favorite beetle.
You're okay. Hey, wait, we gotta back up. Your mom has a favorite beetle.
Yeah.
But it's not like John, Paul, George, or Ringo.
Yeah, it's not John or any of the apostles. It's actually, what kind of beetle is it, Locke? It's the stag beetle. She likes the stag beetle.
The stag beetle is.
And this is the one my mom uses to make the cat. This is the pet book that she used.
Okay.
The kitty.
Yeah.
Are you learning her how to be an origamist?
No, you're not? You're not going to practice?
Why?
You should practice. It's good practice.
Yeah, you never know when you need to fold up a piece of paper.
My name's inside the cat.
Mom, put your name inside.
No, I did it.
You put your name inside? Oh, your handwriting is getting really good. Are those chips pretty yummy? Everybody loves listening to a potato chip being chewed on a microphone.
Yeah, I'm sitting here listening.
It's pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, you dropped the chips. All right, guys.
Wait. All right. Good night, kiddos.
Time to go to bed. You better take your chips with you.
You can both of you guys can sleep in Mommy and Daddy's bedroom tonight.
Nope. We don't play that game. Nope. I'm dropping food all over my studio here. All right. It's okay, buddy.
At least it's winter, so I would say you won't have to worry about ants in your house, but you literally bought ants to put in your house.
Yeah, I literally have an ant farm right here.
Yes.
Right. So, no, I didn't buy them. We actually caught the queen. So, we caught those ants. We deliberately brought ants into our house.
Is it Cersei? Is it Cersei Antister?
No, they are carpenter ants, though, so if they escape, we're screwed.
Yes. Yes.
Good to know.
I fed you sugar water. I said, quote from. So I've gotten a Legally Blonde. I've got a tie-in reference to Game of Thrones, and I just got a Big Bang Theory quote in. So I think I'm good for the.
There you go.
Good for the show.
You're good for now. You're good for now.
Good for now.
So,
unless you leave one open again, I'll hit it again.
David, I think somebody maybe more clever than the two of us should actually write this show from now on. Maybe some sort of an AI. Coming back to the main topic.
Going back to the main topic?
Going back. Well, actually starting the main topic for the first time today.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the end of our dialogue segment of the show tonight. Now's the topic time. With 40 minutes into the show.
It's only 40. We just said
the time is
it takes us
7:39.
40 minutes to say hello. Anybody who's ever met us
does.
knows it takes 40 minutes to say hello.
Yes.
So
I was looking for the temperature. I was going to give them a update on the temperature here too.
how is it? You got any snow yet?
Yes.
I don't know. We don't have snow yet.
We've had a couple feet of snow. There's probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches out there right now, and we're getting some more this weekend. But to us, that's just nothing. It's just literally a Wednesday. So the time is 7:40 p.m. It's 25 degrees outside.
So
it's all clear.
You're actually going to have a white Christmas, is what you're trying to say. I'm jealous.
Possibly.
Yeah. We will not. We'll have a normal Ohio wet Christmas.
Yes.
So we should be used to that.
Yeah, I'm heading to Buffalo this on Friday this week, and I'm worried that I might, because they're calling for a small snow thing, maybe 3 inches of snow. But the problem is, if it hits the wrong way, that 3 inches becomes 6 feet really fast. So I've got the hotel for one night. I'm coming back home on Saturday.
Yeah.
But it could turn into a couple days in Buffalo really fast. They got a Hofbräu house there, so I'm okay.
Look, that's all you need. That's all you need. As long as you get snowed in at the Hofbräu house, you'll be fine.
Yeah, lots of stuff going on at Hofbräu house in Buffalo this weekend. So if you're in the area, go by and check it out.
It's good stuff.
Now, artificial intelligence.
Well, so look. So we've talked in the past about different AI tools, right? We've talked about, content writing tools. We've talked about AI artists that are literally winning art contests, which there's got to be a rule written about that soon. We've talked about, chatbots. We've talked about all sorts of things that are AI driven. In fact, there's so much AI. What's wrong?
I hate chatbots.
Oh, they're the worst. Well, they're the worst when you don't know, or when you know they're a chatbot. But here's the thing. All of us, every single person in America, interacts with some sort of an AI almost every single day, and we don't even know it.
Oh, well, I typically know it, but...
Well, you think you do. You think you do. But look, there are AIs run everything. AIs, and here's the thing, interacting doesn't necessarily mean
no wonder
chatting
customer
with it.
Satisfaction levels are at an all-time low.
AI doesn't necessarily mean just chatting with it, David. It means it could be developing creative. It can be choosing subject lines for emails. It can be the way that a store decides that you should be seeing this ad over this, or you're going to see this commercial on TV over this commercial. AIs drive a lot of this stuff, so interacting with it doesn't necessarily mean chatting with it.
What the hell is a commercial on TV?
I know. It's funny. My kids, every time we end up watching one of those streaming channels that you have to watch the commercials, or we put YouTube on the TV and you have to watch the dumb ad, like they ask us to fast forward, and we're like, that's not how it works, buddy. Remember the good old days. You had to sit through the commercials.
I had YouTube TV. I have YouTube TV, and I only buy it during the football season so I can watch my Buckeyes play football.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's it. That's all. So I'm canceling it here this year. I don't need it because the football games that they're going to play the rest of the time are going to be on national broadcast.
Sure.
Which is murder to me because I have to sit through the commercials.
You know what's funny? I would rather watch commercials than a football game. That sounds terrible.
People talk about, they get to the all rights reserved Super Bowl, and
you can't say that, David. You got to say, I don't even think you can say the big game anymore.
I said with all due respect.
They own it.
Yes,
NFL is going to sue our pants off now.
Yeah. With all due respect, everybody gets all upset about the super commercials during the Super Bowling game, right?
There you go.
I want nothing to do with it. I want to watch foosball. I want to watch the football. I don't care about your commercials.
Right.
They can launch those commercials any other time. Why is it so special to launch commercials during this? I mean, because typically it has the highest ratings.
Well, right, and that's it. It's just it has a captive audience for the most part. Granted, during that time, most guys are getting up to go urinate because they've been drinking all day. But the wives are at least watching, or the kids are watching.
Yeah, and they're watching to do the thing. But guess what? You could literally create. You know what? I'm not even giving this away for free. If you're good at something, don't do it for free. I'm not doing this one. This one's going to get sold. If you want to create a revolutionary market for releasing your ads and commercials, contact the fellows over at Remarket Media. They'll be happy to go over it with you.
Well, David, you might want to inform me at least. So maybe after the show, you can tell me your grand plan for filling the spots on the Super Bowl.
I've done told you what Pizza Hut. I've done told you, man. I could work a Pizza Hut deal where
are you still on that?
We're not
going down that rabbit hole.
We are going down that rabbit. Well, we're not going down that rabbit hole on the show. But let's launch it up because I know you got something ready to go and show us about AI.
AI would not agree with going down that rabbit hole. So
the AI would absolutely agree. The nostalgia benefits of it, and the leverage that you can pull on it right now, plus plus all of the entertainment value for it it's there. It is ripe for the taking. I guarantee you, if we do it, somebody else is on board going to take it right after we do. Ours is going to be more successful. We're going to make more money, but somebody else can go after it. So if you want to if you're an old 80s, 90s powerhouse, reach out to us. We want to show you how to make the best of your money. Okay, go ahead. AI.
All right.
There's something about some robots versus aliens. I don't know.
So David, you and I are on diametrically opposing poles of the idea of AI eventually taking over. We really are. Do it. We are.
Can't do it.
So I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole yet.
Sophisticated computer on the face of the planet, and you power it on. It will not do anything unless it's told to. And the only way it's told to is if a human tells it to do something.
Okay.
Period.
Okay.
Or if you're in the Avengers Endgame and a mouse crawls across a control panel.
Well, it was a rat, but you're right. That's typically how it works. Usually somebody spills. Look, all it's going to take is somebody at Google in their top secret lab. Somebody's going to spill a diet soda on a keyboard, and AI is going to take over. I'm telling you that it's going to happen. It's going to happen, David. That's how it works. That's how it always works. Or they're going to build some robot with it, and they're going to call it Johnny 5, and it's out of nowhere. It's going to be so cool, and it's going to take over the world. It's going to be a thing.
I really hope they don't. Now this is a tangent. I really hope they don't remake that movie.
I think they are.
Those were great movies.
Don't Google it because I think they're remaking it.
Oh no! I know that there was. I know the Flight of the Navigator got scrapped, which I was kind of like, could be good, could be bad. Oh, not the Flight of the Navigator. The Last Starfighter. The Last Starfighter.
Well, they were going to remake both. They were going to remake both. They were going to remake Flight of the Navigator. Only Paul Rubens wasn't on board, and they couldn't get anybody else on board because all the concepts were terrible. And the Last Starfighter got canned because I think the version that they came up with, Hibiki is a great whiskey. Love that.
This is the Japanese Harmony. This is not the Suntory, which I like the Suntory a little bit better, but it's almost impossible to find.
David, if you ever go to Japan, let me know. You got to travel, buddy.
I will be.
You got to travel, buddy. So you know, not too long ago, actually, we talked about an AI writing platform called Writer. Writer.me, RYTR.me. And the thing about this platform is, here's an example of something we actually made when we were online. You can actually go in and you can choose not only the language, but the writing style: aggressive, assertive, candid, casual, compassionate. You can then go in, add some just random keywords, some topic ideas, some keywords, how many variants you want, and the creativity level of the writing. Optimal is always the best way to go, obviously. Literally hit Write Me, and based on your topic ideas and your keywords, it will write your entire, in this case, blog post. Look at this. We had 5 ways to start a business in 2022. We did this online. And it literally went through and it wrote all of this. This is all AI developed. And here's the great thing. You don't like any part of it? you can literally just go through, highlight a certain section, and you can say, I want a whole paragraph based on this sentence. And it will just, using the AI, it'll develop a unique paragraph based on this entire sentence. Or you can say, I don't like the way this is worded, but I'm too lazy to rewrite it myself. You can hit rephrase, and it'll rewrite this entire sentence. It's literally that easy. I haven't tried the AI image functionality yet, but there's a lot here. This is a really powerful tool, and it's free for the first. I think for the first 300,000 words, it's free. There's a paid version. It's actually pretty cheap. But I'm going to show you something better today than even this. Something way smarter. And this blew my mind when I learned about this. Are you guys ready for this?
So I do have a question.
Yeah,
I do have a question. Is there a spot that you could put APA or MLA on this?
I don't think it's able to follow APA or MLA formatting yet.
Okay.
To my knowledge. Now, look, there are.
I mean, somebody's got to have it out there.
There are 100 different AI tools out there for writing. Yeah,
college writing classes.
Right.
Just went to pot if that happens.
Well,
if that's out there, it's gone.
Well, look, I'm not done yet. First of all, you got to know this is only one of those tools. There are 100, literally 100 or more different AI writing tools. And if I were in high school, this would change my world. And I'll actually have some quotes here from some teachers who are commenting on this stuff. But this is really powerful stuff. This is all unique. And here's the great thing. All of this stuff, the way this works basically is these AI writing tools. What they do is they have back-end algorithms that automatically search the entire internet. All internet content they possibly have access to, they can reference. And based on your keywords and your topic ideas, it will take the ideas and the phrases and contextually place them based on your topic ideas and your keywords into coherent sentences and paragraphs, right?
Well, that's more than I can do.
Well, that's more than most people can do. But here's the thing. It doesn't directly copy these other things from around the internet. It creates its own content based on this other content around your keywords and topic ideas. So all of this stuff that it creates, it is 100% unique and plagiarism free, which is amazing. Like it.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Writing classes in college just went to pot.
Oh, writing in general went to pot. Here's what a lot of people do, and this is a trick for anybody who wants to start a YouTube channel but doesn't want to actually do any work. Here's something a lot of people are doing. A different show, we went over AI chat bots. We went over these bots that will speak, and it sounds like real, natural human speech. David, tell me that didn't actually sound like somebody speaking.
We did. We went over them. We have a video back there that you can go back in the annals of history and
do not go back in the annals of history. That sounds terrible.
You can go back through the backlog of videos.
There you go.
And you watch the video, watch the channel, and see these things in action. They were actually very good.
Right. And some of them are terrible. Some of them are really good. The couple that we used for free actually had inflection in their voice. They used punctuation correctly. They were really good, and they were AI driven, of course. So here's the thing. Look, what a lot of people are doing on YouTube right now is these list videos or these highlight videos. And sometimes you can tell it's an AI voice. Sometimes you can't because they're that good. But what they'll do is they'll use one of these free writing tools. They'll have it write an entire blog outline. They will use this as a script for an AI chatbot, an AI speaking tool. And then what they can do is there are AI video producing tools. If they don't want to do it themselves, it's actually cheaper to do it yourself. But there are AI video producing tools that you give it, again, your list of topics. You give it maybe some key points in the video to make specific cuts, and it will actually make the video for you based on the script that you provide. You provide the same script to one of these other speaking tools, AI speaking tools. Literally all you did was you wrote some topic ideas, you copied and pasted some content over here, it produced a video for you, you post it on YouTube. You do that 100 times. You do that 100 times in a week. Guess what? You got enough content out there to really have a good reach. And some people are doing that for full-time jobs, making some good money. This is not a joke. Yeah. People are doing this.
Yeah, I mean, it is being effective. And I'm a guy who, and you guys should know this as well, that when people start hunting for efficiency, I start going bananas. Like, don't be efficient. Be effective. Be effective. But the hunt for efficiency is not what I think we need to be doing. And big businesses, especially big businesses, are constantly on the hunt for efficiency. And I watch the effectiveness of them just plummet.
Right. Now look, I'm not saying that the content something like this produces is better than something a human being can do. I do personally believe that a human being could write, if they dedicated the time and the energy, could write something 100 times better than this. However,
but if this is your launching point in seconds,
right,
and all you're doing now is you're editing within the confines of this box. So if you say, well, it didn't come out with what I want to talk about, well, put it over in your freaking keywords, man.
Right.
Put it over your keywords. Put it over your keywords what you want to talk about, and it'll come up with it, and then you can wordsmith it from there.
Well, and
then
that's
you're
just
cutting out 90% of the work.
Well, and that's just it. Look, let's say you have a blog, or you're not producing enough. You don't have the time to create all the blog content for your website that you need, or all the video scripting content that you need. Guess what? Go on something like this. Have it create all the writing for you, and then you can go in, like David said, you wordsmith stuff that you like, or stuff that you don't like. You leave the stuff you do like. You customize it the way that you want, and you will produce something that's genuinely good in very, very little time, because this whole thing will create the outline for you. Look, and we'll get to the real tool in a second here. But right here, literally, we just put a couple keywords in there. It wrote 5 ways to start a business 2022. And here are the 5. Do some research, yada, yada, yada. And this is all general information. But the stuff this produces may be common sense to you and I, David. But to the average layperson who's going to Google, who and people do this all the time, who would Google 5 ways to start a business in 2022? All of this might be brand new information to them, and they could find this super valuable.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're thinking about starting a business, do it.
Right. Well, that was almost the topic for today. I was thinking, so I have another topic idea of stop asking permission and just act, and we'll save that for a different day. But that was literally almost today's topic.
So I am a big forgiveness versus permission guy.
Right. So say the whole quote, though, so people know what you're saying.
I'm not sure. It's better to ask forgiveness than it is permission.
Exactly.
Okay. So what that means is, like, the people who work for me, I want them using their minds. I want them, I don't have them now, but I did before. And I want them out doing their thing. And if somebody comes up and they make a decision, I got their back. They don't have to ask permission. If they make a misstep, you don't typically need to. When you have a person who's really an awesome boss like me, you don't even have to ask forgiveness. You don't have to ask forgiveness. I support you, and I'm going to back you up front. If I've got to make small corrections, I'm going to make small corrections to you and guide you. Mm-hmm. Not, hey, you shouldn't have done that. Why did you do this? You cost me $1,000. I made a misstep. Not a misstep. I had a contract go south, and it cost me just over $50,000. Literally sunk cost of $50,000, swung instantly, lost $50,000 on a contract. And nothing that I could have done with it and made it change. Nothing I could have projected or said, hey, we could have done this differently. I didn't ask permission. I didn't do anything. I just said, this still has to get done. I went and got it done. Now, I still answer to a person at the time. I mean, we all do, but I still answer to an owner, and, went through, this is what we do. This is who we are. This is our reputation. Mm-hmm. Our long-term outlay is going to be $1 million. Right. So if I got to spend $50,000 to make $1 million, I don't know about you, but I'm taking that deal every day.
Right.
So it goes back to those, that thing right there I talked about earlier about, bringing those non-creative people in, and they only work in the box. So, I love the idea of, ask for forgiveness, not permission.
Right. Sometimes you need to, and here's look, I always encourage my team members to make those executive decisions. I hired them for a reason, because they're very good at what they do. And part of that is it also helps to build them as the employee, the team member that you want them to be. You want them to go out and be able to act independently. If you don't, look, you're probably micromanager and you're a terrible person. Yeah. But that's a different subject for a different time.
Yes.
But you want people who can act independently, who can think independently, who don't need to be told every single thing to do all day long. I will not hire that person.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
no matter how good they are.
That's not who I want. Yeah, I mean, they could be excellent at this thing, but you know what? If something comes up that's just slightly different, a slight variant of what you're used to, I'm sorry. I want to create people who can replace me.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want to do. I want to hire people, and I want to create people who can replace me.
Right.
And who should be replacing me.
Right.
I want to build those next. I want to build that next level up into the into the chain, so that they look at it, so that when they get there and they have a team underneath them, they understand this guy over here may do something slightly different than what you're going to do. You still got to have their back. You still got to be there. You still got to allow them to have a thing. And if they need a correction, there's a difference between letting somebody run rampant and making a correction and being a micromanager. Could you picture me as a micromanager? Gee, Christmas.
You would be a nightmare if you were in micromanager.
I would be a nightmare.
Because you're so like on point with every single thing. If you were a micromanager, and you were above me, one of the two of us would not survive the situation.
Yes. If it was me, if me and my personnel and everything was a micromanager, I couldn't work for me. There's just no way. I don't know that. I would have to sit in a corner somewhere and just shake.
I've left very good jobs. Yes. Very good jobs because I was under a micromanager and I was like, I'm just not. I don't have patience for that.
And I supported you too. Hell, now you're like this, and I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
Cut bait and run, my friend. Cut bait and run, man. There's when you have a micromanager, its growth is almost impossible. So that is out there. There's your business tip of the day from who's sponsoring this?
Weller's.
Weller.
Whiskey. Are they bourbon or are they whiskey? They're bourbon.
Well, all bourbons are whiskeys. So.
Well, that's bourbons. Right. Is it mezcal or tequila? Is it considered a bourbon? Or is it just an American whiskey?
Well, it's a bourbon. This is made from 51% corn mash out of Kentucky.
If I read the label, the American wheated bourbon.
I say wheated bourbon. So this message brought to you in part by Weller. If you're working under a micromanager, leave.
And if you're working under a micromanager, then give us a call. Hook us up.
Send us booze.
Exactly.
Send us some hooch.
We'll trade you some good business advice.
I've got my Blantons over there, and I've got and Weller's in the same family. It's in the same Buffalo Trace. There we go. I don't have mine to grab. It's over on the other side of the room. But it's from the same Buffalo Trace distillery. And I gotta say, I think the Weller of them. I love Eagle Rare. Eagle Rare's probably one of my top. But as far as a series of them go, I think the Weller wheated bourbons. Because I like so far I've liked every one of them. There's a white label with gold lettering that I haven't had yet, and I want to try it. But there's a barrel proof that's good. There is the 12-year that's delicious. The 107, which everybody that's a huge one, and the one is literally my favorite so far of the group is the Weller Reserve. I absolutely love that bourbon. That's a delicious one. So commercial for Weller.
There you go. They are the sponsors for today's show, so thank you.
They're the unwitting and involuntary sponsors.
The involuntary sponsors of the show. That should be a regular thing. All right, so we talked about Writer, and this is a powerful tool, so I highly recommend checking them out, or any of the other AI writing tools. It's really cool, the stuff they can come up with. But here's another one. So my notes went off on my screen here. So there's a relatively new AI tool that is one of the co-founders is Elon Musk. So I'm sure at least some of you out there have heard of OpenAI. So OpenAI, they built things like the DALL-E art development program. So David, when you and I spoke about the the AI artists who are winning these awards, one of the best ones out there is called DALL-E. Of course, Dali, like Salvador Dali, but it's from the same company. So right now, they actually have a free sign-up. You can actually go and do a search for OpenAI, and what you want to do is you want to search for something called ChatGPT. So ChatGPT is the name of the tool. And what this does is it is the smartest AI I've ever used. Look, so one of the biggest sections of Amazon where they had their layoffs was the Alexa section, because they lost a ton of money this last year on Alexa. Why? Because anybody who's used Alexa knows it's terrible. It is the dumbest AI any of us have ever used. Ask it literally.
It's the second dumbest.
Who's the first? Google?
Siri.
Siri. All right. Well, here's my rant about this. All right, Siri. At least a couple of years ago, when you asked Siri a silly question, she'd give you a snarky answer, and that was awesome.
Yeah.
But they decided to go all, touchy-feely, and they removed the snarky answers because they thought that was just too fun. They don't want people having too much fun. So they removed the snarky answers. Now Siri's terrible. But Amazon Alexa, here's the thing. Ask Amazon Alexa literally almost any question, and her first response is, "Oh, I found on Google that yada, yada, yada." Siri, Alexa, if I wanted to Google it, I would have Googled it. I asked you.
I'm sorry. I got to stop you right here dead in your tracks, my friend. So I actually went ahead and went over to ChatGPT. All right. I went ahead and done it.
Okay.
I honestly wish we were set up for me to share screen.
What happened?
Oh, my God.
What happened?
The AI.
Did it hear me talking and did it say something?
No. Because that's why I keep the headphones on. The AI chat box is asking me to verify that I'm not a robot.
When a robot asks you to verify that you're not a robot.
Oh, this is freaking gold.
That's the funny thing. So, look, David, are you aware? You are, of course, you're aware. Anybody else out there watching or listening, are you aware of the Turing test? David, tell us what the Turing test is.
I don't know off the top of my head, but are you talking about like Alan Turing?
Yes. So, I thought you would know.
So I know who Alan Turing is. I know about the Turing machine. That's basically what all of our computers, up until you get to quantum computing, takes place off of the Alan Turing.
So the Turing test is, if you fail it, they chemically castrate you in Britain. Is it too soon for that joke? Too soon. Do not watch the Imitation Game and listen to that joke. It will break your heart. But
okay. All right.
Terrible joke.
I'm following you now.
So the Turing test is a real thing.
That's actually a really good movie, though. By the way,
it was a really good movie.
It was an excellent movie.
I'm not a big Cumberbatch fan in general, but that was a really good movie. So here's the thing. So the Turing test is a test that you run on an AI program. And it's a blind test, and if you speak to the AI of any computer program, any algorithm, and you can't tell the difference between that AI and a living human being, it passed the Turing test, okay? So and that's why things like the CAPTCHA tests and these prove you're not a robot tests work, because most hacking AIs can't tell the difference between a palm tree and a pickup truck. However, this OpenAI, this ChatGPT, I think it will. I genuinely think this thing understands contextual conversation, which is why I was talking about Alexa. One of the reasons Alexa was terrible is because she couldn't answer a question, just a general question. She didn't understand the context of what you're trying to say, and that's what it's all about, the context and the response. So if you go to OpenAI and you look for ChatGPT, basically, this is one of the smartest AI tools I've ever found. It's still in beta, so there are some limitations involved. And there are certain times of day when it's in high use, so you might get some spotty connections. And hopefully when we use this, we won't get locked out, because there are some spotty times of day when it just has too much use. But this thing is really, really smart. So this thing was, OpenAI...
It does state, please don't share any sensitive information on your conversations.
Right. I mean, you're not going to share your wife and your girlfriend's name at the same time in the same conversation. Those things are frowned upon in AI world. But OpenAI, it was co-founded by Elon Musk and a guy named Sam Altman, who Sam Altman is the CEO right now. And they've released a free version that you can use, which I highly recommend. At least go in there and play with it, because it's amazing. Let's go ahead and test this thing out. I want to show you. I have a bunch of notes here, but I'm just excited to play with this thing. So let's go ahead in here. So I went through the process.
Hashtag that's what she said. I'm telling you, we need that button.
I can't even. All right. It literally took like a minute and a half. That's also what she said to sign up for this thing.
I'm literally typing this type of stuff into the computer right now.
Exactly. And AI is listening to all of this. All right. So don't share any sensitive information. Thanks, OpenAI. All right. So we're going to go ahead. So there's tutorials, there's examples how to use this dumb tool. Let's go in here and see how easy it is to use. Just for I almost said, some bad words there. For poops and giggles, we're going to go ahead and refresh the page just to make it work. We're going to hit try it. We're going to try this tool. Hopefully it works. So, like I said, unfortunately, this is still in beta, so it sometimes craps out because there's so many people trying to use this tool at the same time. But there's some examples.
I'm over here asking it questions like, "Are you George?"
Right, and some questions it won't know the answer to. Like, hypothetically, you could ask it, like, what's the secret recipe to Krabby Patties? It doesn't know. Like you said, David, AIs only know what you tell them, right? But here's the thing. Let's ask it anything. Let's say, let's write a business plan. Let's write a business plan for a dog treat company. Let's say, write a business plan for a limited ingredient organic dog treat.
Yeah, so that's that. Wes is over here talking about, write me a business plan about an organic dog treat
and mine
business.
look,
I'm over
mine
here
are
going,
not organic. Mine
tell
are not organic.
me about aliens on Mars.
And it totally could. We'll ask that question next. So look, here's the thing.
I did.
Here's one thing that I found. Every time I didn't use punctuation, it didn't know what I was talking about. I don't know if that was just me or if that's a general rule, but that's something you should try in case it craps out on you. So we're going to say, write a business plan for a limited ingredient organic dog treat business. Let's see what happens. Hopefully it works, because if this doesn't work, this is going to be a really boring end of the show. All right, look at this. So it made
Holy
up.
crap.
It's
Bark
writing
and
it
Scratch.
right
hey,
now.
That's a great name. You should get that right now.
Yeah, get barkandscratch.com. But here's the thing. As it goes through writing this business plan, literally all you have to do is copy this information, paste it into any other document writing program, and you can just plug in your own information. So it's going to go through, and look, here it has market analysis. You can go in and make up your own. It's getting general information from the same sources as other AI tools, so around the rest of the internet. You can go in and plug in your own research information. Product offerings. You can go in and you can adjust this to your own product offerings. It's still going. All of this is completely unique content, by the way. Nobody else owns this content. This is all copyright-free, plagiarism-free content. Operations. It's going through operations right now. This thing is writing literally a business plan as we speak. Finances. It's going through finances, David. In real time.
Cost of leasing commercial kitchen, purchasing the necessary equipment and ingredients. We estimate the cost to be approximately $20,000. We will finance these costs through a combination of personal savings and small business loans. Nice, I like it.
This is actually a decent business plan. Conclusion. Look, this is a real business plan that a real company could copy and paste, plug their own information into, and submit this to potential partners. But you can't have
Bark and Scratch because I just bought Bark and Scratch.
All right. So what was your other question?
Aliens on Mars, but I've already done that. I've done aliens. There's currently no evidence to suggest that there are any aliens on Mars. Mars is a rocky planet. This is the fourth planet from our sun, and is the second smallest planet in our solar system. It is known to have a thin atmosphere and to once have liquid water on its surface, but now it is cold and dry,
like your mama.
Like your mom.
Which would be awesome if you
the search
said
for
that.
life on Mars continues, and many missions have been sent to the planet to study its geology, climate. That's another reference to Big Bang Theory, by the way. Potential for habitability. Wow. That much bourbon, and I rocked out habitability like it was nothing. Love it.
Habitability.
However, to date, no definitive evidence of extraterrestrial life on Mars has been found.
Right. So, but here's the thing. Look,
what
if
is
this AI,
Elon Musk's phone number?
Oh, that's a great question. I'm going to write the same thing so people.
If it comes up with a number, I'm going to take my headset off and call it. It says he doesn't know.
Of course it did. Of course it did. Hilarious.
OpenAI don't. Okay, so right here, I don't. Okay, so it says I don't have access to personal information like phone numbers.
But look, here's the thing. Look, David, as I was saying, if this AI was feeding something like an Alexa, it would be useful. Think about that. You can ask a question, just a random question, and it gives you a contextually correct answer without saying, I found this on Google.
Yeah,
which is also
I remember
funny.
back in the day when you used to be able to ask Siri how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck. Yeah, that thing. And it would come back with a snarky response.
Have you ever asked Siri to find you porn? Ask Siri to. This is no joke, honestly. Ask Siri to find you porn, and she'll say, I searched the internet for porn and didn't find anything. Which I refuse to believe.
So clearly her search algorithm, she is not searching the annals of antiquity.
Right. Exactly. Do not search.
I believe it's annals,
while we're
but
online
you know
for porn.
what? I believe it's annals, but whatever.
Do not search the annals of history. This is not that kind of show. All right, let's ask another random question. What's the most random thing you can think of right now?
It would be nice if we get some viewers.
How do I get more viewers?
I don't know if anybody's watching right now, but because I don't know what's going on here with this circle of doom. I don't know if anybody else is experiencing that, but it's not over on YouTube. It's only on the Facebook group, which was where our biggest viewership is.
How do I get more live?
But if we have some people to ask some questions, it'd be great. If you guys have a question, anybody out there has a question that you'd like us to enter in here, put it up there. Mind you, it's going to take us a couple minutes, and if you do this as a watch back, we're not going to do it because
Right. So you can't see it because our pictures are in the way, so you can't see it. But I'm asking, how do I get more live stream viewers on Facebook? It's thinking. It's thinking. Oh, okay. To increase. Oh, it's giving me a list. It's actually giving me a list. To increase the number of live stream viewers on Facebook, there are a few things you can try. Promote your live stream in advance. Yada, yada, yada. Engage with your audience. This is good advice, David. This thing could write our show. Engage with the audience on live stream. Yada, yada, yada. Share your live stream on other social media platforms. Yada, yada, yada. This thing makes better bullet points than I do, David. Collaborate with other creators. This is great advice. Use hashtags. We've talked about all of this stuff.
Yeah.
And it's still going. It's still
consistent.
Going.
Consistency over time equals success.
Look,
there we go.
We could maybe we're AI. I don't even know anymore.
So I asked it about amorous positions, and it said it's not appropriate to ask about amorous positions on this platform.
Here's so I'm going to ask.
So you're the one who's got this stuff up on the screen that people can see. I'm the one over here that I get to do whatever the hell I want.
I'm going to ask if Elon Musk is an alien.
No, is what's his name? No, the Facebook guy.
Yeah, but I can't spell his last name after I've been drinking bourbon.
We can Google it.
Is Elon Musk an alien? I already got it in there. Let's see if it replies. No, Elon Musk is not an alien. He's a human being and a citizen of the United States. There's no evidence to suggest that. There's no evidence
to support that he's not an alien.
There's no evidence to suggest that he is an alien or that he has any extraterrestrial origins.
Oh man,
that's a great.
All right, this all right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going until 10 o'clock tonight because this is fun.
I told you, dude. I told you. This is a great AI tool. This is so much better than Writer, and this is free. So Writer limits you. This does not so far. So I do actually have a quote. Here's the thing. So the CEO Sam Altman said, at some point we will have to monetize it somehow because the computing costs are eye-watering. Here's what people don't think about with these tools. There are hundreds, thousands of servers working simultaneously to make this AI work. This doesn't just come out of thin air. This is not magic. This is not fairy dust making this stuff work. This stuff actually costs money. And whether they monetize it through subscription costs or they monetize it through ads, I don't know. I would love ads because I don't want to pay for subscription costs because I'm cheap. Eventually, they're going to monetize this thing. They did actually monetize.
I'm exactly the opposite. I will pay the money please, for the love of all things holy, if there was a paid, and I see it every so often, they put those things out on Facebook. If you don't copy and paste this to your timeline, you're going to start on this, blah, blah, blah. Like, have you ever heard of the words terms and conditions? You've agreed to it. Yeah. Yeah, TikTok, you've agreed to it. They can use your pictures. Or, hey, starting blah, 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 there's going to be a paid version of Facebook. And I'm sitting there going, please? Give me a paid version. Give me a paid, good social media site. Fat kid, cupcake.
David,
there.
It's going to cost you 100,000 stars to end ads on Facebook. Go buy them.
Go buy some stars. But that's it. If I could just, I'll pay for it. I will pay someone a decent amount. I mean, a decent amount of money. I will pay a subscription service because I'm looking to get rid of a lot of them. But if I had a good social media site that I could just say, hey, what I want to do on social media is I want to share my pictures in my life with my friends and my family. And that's what I like. When people go on vacation, just know this, if you're a friend of mine and you go on vacation, I expect photos because, bitch, I'm going with you. Are you straight up.
Are you photo shaming me for not sending you photos every time I leave town?
You should send photos. But no, that's not what the intention was. But now that I think about it, yes.
All right.
But no, because I want to go. I want to see these things. I want to, if you're in Tahiti, I'm not jealous that you're in Tahiti. I'm like, freaking look at that view. And see these things. And if I could do that without I don't mind the recommended videos, but I do mind the commercials. I do mind the advertisements.
All right. And I understand that. Here's the thing. Eventually,
Rumble.
Well, look, eventually when Netflix implements commercials, which I will revolt. I will be fully revolting at that point. I'm revolting now. I'll be revolting even more then. When Netflix implements commercials, I will pay more to avoid those commercials. However, with tools like this, I'll gladly watch 5 commercials in a row to get a fully written business plan that looks like it was written by a professional.
I took a stab at this too, and I asked about giving me a business plan for a fire alarm manufacturer.
Okay.
Its AI is not as in depth with fire alarm manufacturers,
right?
As
some
it
things
is
it will be better.
Other things.
Try something. So fire alarm manufacturing. It's very niche. I'm guessing the more niche it goes, the more difficulty it has because there's less information for it to pull from. But remember, this thing's in beta.
Yeah, it's good. But what it did was it said basically I went It went 1, executive summary, 2, company description, 3, market analysis, 4, product and service offerings, 5, market and sales strategy, 6, financial plan, 7, management team, and 8, in conclusion. So it gave you the bones to build your business plan.
Which in a lot of cases, that's more than a lot of people can start with.
Yeah, that's it couldn't provide me the level of detail that it gave you on the hash browns, but it did give me the bones to work with. I can build from this analogy over here, which I thought was good. I'm going to ask it a question, and this is actually going to be a question.
Okay, let me type it so people can see it. What is the question?
Okay, all right. Mr. Chatbot.
Wait,
if you could
I actually have to start with Mr.
ever so
Chatbot?
kindly.
Hang on.
No. You'll get the question.
Do I have to type what you're saying?
No. You have to type the question I'm
asking. Tell me the question.
Broham Chatbot. I inquire of you this lovely and wonderful day and evening. The best way to create a customer loyalty program for XYZ business. XYZ can be input by you, Mr. West.
Okay. So I'll ask it how to create a customer loyalty program for a company.
Well, I want a specific company.
Well, look, we've already found if you say a company, it makes up a company name. So I don't think the company necessarily matters.
All right, let's see what happens.
Okay.
Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Because I happen to know this is dear to your heart because this is kind of your wheelhouse.
Look, customer loyalty programs are my bread and butter. I've built some really good loyalty programs in the past.
I'm going to use you here very soon because after we get off the show, I'm going to talk about the campaign that I started talking to you about twice.
Yep.
And then we started the show. But I'm going to talk to you about my campaign. And customer loyalty is one of the things I'm going to need.
And I will do some autocorrect here on the spellings because I don't care anymore at this point of the day. How to create a customer loyalty campaign.
At this level of the bourbon?
Weller say what?
So I said at this level of the bourbon.
Weller say what?
I really am liking this. I am really liking this. I think it's a good thing. If they can give us if there's a verbal portion of this,
dude,
that
you're going to love
this, would be great.
Look at this screen. Look what it's writing.
All right, here we go.
To create
Identify your target audience. Okay, West, here we go. What's the number one way to create your target audience?
Build an avatar.
Identify your avatar. Build your avatar. Identify and utilize them. Set a campaign goal. So, hey, you have to have a campaign goal. You have to know what success looks like. You have to define success.
This is genius. Look, I'm telling you. It's still going.
Yeah, this one's actually pretty good. So, okay, so let's see, choose a loyalty program model. Okay, so is it a points reward system? Is it a discount reward system? Or is it a cash back reward system? Those are all great. And then promote the campaign. So I love that. That's good. So, man, this is
I told you.
All right, Elon.
Look, I told you. So we're gonna go through here. Oh,
wait, who's the CEO? Who's the CEO over here right now?
So the CEO for OpenAI is Sam Altman.
Sam Altman. You're doing good work, man.
Look, I know he watched this show. We're going to get him on as a guest at some point. Sam Altman.
Monitor and adjust. Oh.
Dude, I told you.
That is gold.
This is a powerful tool. It kept going.
This actually is.
I asked one of the most random questions anybody could ask to how to create a customer loyalty campaign for a company. To create a customer loyalty campaign for a company, follow these tips. Identify your target audience. It goes into elaboration. Set campaign goals. Elaboration. Choose a loyalty program model. Elaboration. Develop reward system. Elaboration. Promote the campaign. Elaboration. And monitor and adjust the campaign. Further elaboration. Dude, this thing is smart. Again, imagine if this level of AI was built into Alexa. Alexa would actually make money.
Alexa.
Jeff Bezos.
Okay,
I know you watch the show. Take notes, my friend.
Yeah. You just laid off a team of people, and you should have. Because it was the right move.
Right.
It was the right move. But what you need to do now is lay off the rest of them and then get your license and then get your licensing department to work with OpenAI to license this technology to utilize in Alexa.
You know what needs to happen? Is Elon Musk needs to start a new company to build home automation systems like Alexa, like Google Home, that use this AI bot to run them.
There is it Kaza? K-A-Z-A-A?
What's that? I don't know what Kaza is.
Kaza Home Automation.
But look, this thing understands contextual questions. Hang on. Let me ask you. You know what? I'm going to ask this thing one of the oldest riddles in modern history. What's in my pocket? If you don't get the reference, do more reading. That's all I can say.
Okay, first of all, it's the first reference or movie reference. I know it's a book as well, but the first movie reference you've made all night.
I know. I should make more movie references. Oh, it says, they should add snarky remarks in here. It says, I'm sorry, I'm not able. Hang on. I'm a text-based AI assistant, and I do not have the ability to see what's in your pocket. As a virtual assistant, I am not equipped with the scenarios or technology that would allow me to...
Yes, you are.
Look, it needs...
Yes, it is, because the full text...
It does.
Dialogue of that movie is available. It's one of the most widely watched. It's one of the most critically acclaimed movies of all time.
It's true. Well, I wasn't thinking of the movie. But you're right. You're right,
though. Or the book. It's in the book. Yeah, it literally is in a book.
But again, it's a beta system. So here I have 3 points. 3 points, David. 1, it's still in beta. 2, it's a very closed system at this point because it hasn't been fully programmed. 3, Elon Musk is one of the co-founders, and we've seen how his sense of humor is.
His sense of humor. His sense of humor is.
Look, he's admitted to having Asperger's, which I admit that's not an excuse for not having a great sense of humor. But we've seen his happy face, which looks like Oscar the Grouch. Yeah.
Yeah, get out of the trash can, Broham, and teach this guy to be like, what's in your pockets, preciouses?
Exactly.
I mean, come on. So,
but look, in general, it understands contextual questions. Hang on, I'm going to run through here real quick at the questions I asked. Write a business plan for a limited ingredient organic dog treat company. Not only did it write the business plan, it came up with web-based, generalized metrics for the market analysis, for production offerings, product offerings, operations, and finance. It actually made a mock business company name. My second question was, how do I get more live stream viewers on Facebook? And man, it came up with point for point how to get more viewers on your live stream. This thing is great. My third question is Elon Musk an alien? No, I love this answer. No, Elon Musk is not an alien.
He comes up definitively and says no.
Definitively. No, he's not an alien. He is a human being and a citizen of the United States. There is no evidence to suggest that he is an alien or that he has had any extraterrestrial origins.
Zuckerberg, that's it. Okay.
The third question.
I've literally been trying to think of that guy's phone or last name.
The next question: how do I create a customer loyalty program for a company? And it made genius points. Man, I might even save these as bullet points.
That's actually really good.
I might save these as bullet points for a future show. Frankly, these are great points. All right. And then I asked what's in my pocket, and it says, "I'm sorry, I don't know." But look, this thing is smart. This is a powerful tool.
It does go on to say that Mark Zuckerberg, it is highly unlikely that Mark Zuckerberg or anyone else is an alien. Oh. There is no evidence to suggest that Mark Zuckerberg, the co-founder and CEO of Facebook, is an alien. As far as we know, he is a human being. As far as we know. I love it. I love it. He is a human being, just like the rest of us. Rest of us aliens.
So the funny thing here. Go ahead.
Alien refers to a life form that originates from a planet other than Earth. To date, there is no definitive evidence that the existence. I love how they leave themselves so many outs on this one. On Elon Musk, you're like, bro, no.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
On Mark Zuckerberg, they're like, most likely not, but you know.
Right, that's what I was going to say. On Elon Musk, it says, oh, absolutely not. On Mark Zuckerberg, it's like, well, probably not.
50-50. 50-50. So it's highly unlikely that Mark Zuckerberg or anyone else is an alien.
Good stuff, man. This is a great AI. I love this.
I'm going to torture this thing. I am straight up going to torture.
Dude, I told you.
Oh, this is going to be fun to play with.
Let's write a blog. Let's write a real quick blog article. What do you want to write a blog article about?
Let's write a blog article about how long you can leave cheese out during the holiday season for parties. That's a good one. That's good. It's relevant. And let's face it, we don't want cheese poisoning. Not at a holiday party.
What's that?
At a holiday party, not after.
Well, after, because look, holiday parties can be very short or very long. It depends. I would say after, because that's really the time.
If you're at a holiday party with me, there's no such thing as a short party.
Also, I need to learn how to type faster. We're going to go with that, and we're going to say, write this, and we're going to see what it comes up with. Dude, it's writing a blog article on this right now, as we speak. In general, it is not safe to leave cheese out at room temperature. It's going on and on. It's writing a whole blog article on how long you can leave cheese out.
I'm loving it.
Dude, this is a powerful tool. And this is free.
Good stuff.
This is free right now. Everybody watching and listening, go to OpenAI, sign up for ChatGPT. This is a great tool. Man, this is so much fun.
You'll have to put an email address in. I put my email address, phone number in, everything for it, so he can reach out and control my life.
Look, it's a relatively short blog article. Look, let's take this a step further. You know what I'm going to do?
All right, let's go.
I'm going to copy this blog article that it wrote. It is let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 paragraphs long, very short paragraphs. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to take this back to Writer.
Oh my God, you're going to take it over to Write now? Write this?
I'm going to go to writer.me.
Writer, that's it. I knew there was something about a writing in there.
Okay, writer.me. This other free AI writing tool, and I'm going to say this last paragraph, I think it can be expounded upon. Guess what? I highlighted this last paragraph, and I want it to write me a brand new paragraph based on this single paragraph here. I highlighted it. I'm going to hit paragraph. Let's see what happens. It literally wrote me a new paragraph based on the previous paragraph. Cheese is a dairy product made of curd. It's a little less intuitive, a little less smart, but it works.
Well, it's also, I think it might be negatively impacted by your section keywords.
It's true. Look, if you started a new article, it would be different.
So I think if you started a new article, it would be different, and you could go ahead and paste it in there and then regrow it, as it were.
Right. Let's see if I have enough free writing ability to create a brand new thing. Look, I'm not going to go into it. Point is, ChatGPT, smart tool, man. This is so fun. Tell me this isn't a smart tool.
That's pretty good, but I mean that's what I expect for this day and age of technology. Actually, this is what I expect for 5 years ago technology. I mean, I didn't have it, but this is something that I expect. Again, this is not the signal that's the end of the time for humanity. Right. Because I mean,
it's not the end of times. It's not hearkening the apocalypse. But look, here's the thing. So high school teacher Daniel Herman, as opposed to Matt Harmon. By the way, Matt, I know you're not watching this because you're on drugs right now. But you are recovering from knee surgery, Matt Harmon.
Yeah, we do.
We wish you the best. And Matt Harmon just had a full knee replacement, which is no joke. But Daniel Herman, not Harmon, wrote this about the ChatGPT. He said, when as it relates to people cheating in school, is this a moment more like the innovation of the calculator, saving me from the tedium of long division, or is it more like the invention of the player piano, robbing us of what could communicated, yada yada. Look, he's basically going.
I get it.
It's a whole thing. Look, calculators. People thought it would kill math skills. No, it expanded our ability to do math. The player piano probably killed a lot of people's ability to play the piano. I don't know. I don't play the piano. That's somebody else's problem. Point is, this will be a big problem in schools. It will be a big problem in schools. However, used correctly, it could potentially be a big advantage for people who might not have the literary capability to write in a way that they want to. Like David, maybe you haven't had this problem. Well, no, hang on. I'm just saying, look, I've had the problem. I don't know if you have. I've personally had the problem where I have an idea, but I don't necessarily know how to enunciate that idea. I can't necessarily explain the idea in a way that somebody else would understand. How many times have you had an idea that so many people are coming back to you saying, David, that's a terrible idea. But in your head, you're like, no, this is a great idea. You're saying it's terrible. I say it's great. You're just not understanding me.
Yes.
So my point is,
that doesn't happen to me because I'm an excellent purveyor and I'm a salesman by nature.
Right. For us mere mortals, though, there a lot of times we have an idea that we just love. In our heads, it makes perfect sense.
Yes.
We just lack the ability to explain it.
There is that point. There is absolutely
There's a disconnect.
Yes. That's like what I want to say and what I'm able to say are not necessarily always the same.
Right. Look.
And if you don't think I get the condescending thing about us mere mortals, I'm not.
That was
so
not. That was not.
impervious.
That was not condescending.
That's not condescending as he tightens the knot on his tie.
No, David. No, what you don't understand.
David,
what you don't understand about condescension.
No, so I mean, even Play-Doh. We've actually talked about this in the past. Play-Doh. Literally,
I love Play-Doh. My kids play with it all the time. It's a little salty. Don't eat it.
429 to 347 BCE, right? I mean, we're talking.
I don't say Common Era. I say AD. I'm an old school man. Okay.
All right. So BC then. So we're talking Play-Doh, and we're gonna call it. We're gonna split the difference on this and go 300 BC.
Okay. Good call.
He made comments, and I'm just going to paraphrase them and put them in kind of modern language here, that the written word,
okay,
was going to cause us to lose our ability.
A lot of people forget about that. You're right. You're totally right.
So this argument, this is not a new argument. This guy that's this gym teacher, whoever he is, this is not a new argument.
Gym teacher, Play-Doh? Are you saying Play-Doh's a gym teacher?
This guy that you were just quoting.
Oh, the teacher who says this could potentially impact. Yeah, it's basically he's not saying it's bad. He's just saying it's the calculator. A lot of people are foretelling a lot of bad things, and some people who use it incorrectly could cheat.
He compared it to, so he asked the question, is it the calculator which allows us to shorten? We still have to understand how to input the variables into the calculator. Or is it a player piano that all we have to do is push our foot up and down? I don't know if you've ever played on a player piano.
I've not.
But you put the scroll in, and the scroll has like punch marks in it.
I understand the concept.
And you put and all at the bottom of it, all you got is a foot pedal that you pump up and down, and it goes through these gears, and it runs this thing, and it plays the song for you. You don't have to know how to input anything. It's basic, very basic physical mechanics or human mechanics on moving your foot, and not even in time.
Well, here's how I relate it back. Right? Here's how I relate that comment back. So my son, he's 7. He's in whatever grade he's in, first, second, I don't know, one of those.
I had to pick my daughter. Okay, just on that note, I had to pick my daughter up from school the other day, and I walk in, and the lady's, "What grade's your daughter in?" I'm like, "Bro, I don't know you. She's in some classes. Hers is her name. Just fucking find her, man. Why do I need to know what grade she's in?"
This is, by the way, everybody watching and listening, this is a show for dads, not moms.
The moms are all out there going, "Yep. That's exactly what happened if I sent that jackass in there to get But, I had to take her to physical therapy. When I get to physical therapy, they're like, "Hey, what's this?" And I'm like, in bullet point format.
Right.
But at school, they're like, "What grade is she in?" I'm like, "Yes."
Right.
She's in one of the grades that goes to this school. I'm in the right building, right? So that was fun. So now that lady at the front desk knows me. I walk in, she just shakes her head.
As soon as you walk in the door, she's like,
she's like, "Oh, here we go." So as they finally got my daughter coming out, I put my face right up against the glass because you can't walk into anything anymore.
Of course, yeah.
So I got my face right up against the glass, and I'm like, blowing big lip marks on the glass.
They love that. They love that at school.
Yeah, because they got to clean all that up. So I did it anyway. So
my son, right? Here's how I relate this back. Okay. My son, he's 7.
And he goes to some school.
He goes to some kind of school. All right. So with his math skills, we were asking him to do some pretty advanced math for that age anyway, right?
Yeah, I know. He did your taxes last year.
Well, and he was going through, and he thought about it for a minute, and he gave us the correct answer. And we're like, wow, how did you even do that? Because I literally know adults who would need to pull out a calculator for this. And he went through his thought process, and he said, well, this is the 10, you carry and you take this over here, and this means this. And if you have this, well, of course, this has to do that over there. And we're scratching our heads like, that's really beyond your project. How did you even do that? Like, you shouldn't be able to do that right now. He's like, it made sense to me that way. So, but here's the thing. He didn't understand the formula names. He didn't understand the correct way to explain that in the current curriculi ability that some should, the correct terminology, right?
Yeah.
But he understood it. So with writing and writing things like a business plan or a blog post, people have ideas and they know what they want. They just can't communicate it in the way that other people can understand it. They get it. It makes perfect sense to them. This tool bridges that gap. And just imagine if there were an AI tool in your house like an Alexa who could answer a question this well without saying, well, I searched Google and I couldn't find an answer for that. You know what I mean? Like, this is really smart. Dude, OpenAI is changing so many things. OpenAI, again, they built the DALL-E, DALL-E, of course, because I hate little quips like that. But it works. So they built the DALL-E program that won that art competition in California. I think it was California. It had to be California. But they actually built the AI that won that competition.
Holy shit. All right. So
this company is doing some really amazing things. So honestly, you need to search for ChatGPT because this thing is free and it writes amazing content. It will write all of your blog posts and you likely won't have to change any of them.
Okay. I just tested my inner nerd on this thing, all right?
Uh-oh.
Because my favorite my language of choice is actually not English.
Okay.
My language
of
Cantonese? Choice is Boolean algebra.
Okay. I didn't even get to that. I didn't even get to that part. Hang on. I didn't even get to that part. Go ahead, please. Dude,
okay.
This thing writes code, by the way. This thing writes code.
Yes.
You can write code on this.
As I'm sitting here, I'm going to go with mildly inebriated on some delicious Weller and Hibiki tonight.
Mildly.
Yeah, so I'm looking at it, and I said Boolean algebra XOR statement explanation. And it comes back, and it flat out, you should punch this in so that you can see this explanation of how in-depth. 0 equals 0, 0, 1 equals 1. Okay, so the question specifically was Boolean algebra XOR statement explanation.
Hang on.
That's Boolean. That's like gold bullion. Boolean. B-O-L-E-A-N.
Hang on. Okay, spell
it's
that
actually
again?
B-O-O. B-O-O-L-E-A-N. Boolean. Boolean algebra.
Look,
Boolean.
I'm in marketing.
I'm
in marketing, David.
Boolean
algebra. I understand Boolean. Okay. I love a Boolean cube in hot water. Okay, Boolean algebra. Explain the rest.
Okay, Boolean algebra X, the capital X, or statement, or O-R, statement explanation. Man, we have straight up nerded out now, bro. And just in case anybody on this is the stuff that I live in and I love.
So I didn't even get into.
I want to see if it comes up with the same thing that it just did to me.
Right. So here's. Okay. All right. It's writing now. In Boolean algebra, the OR operation, parentheses, sometimes called the disjunction, is binary operation to take two input values and produce. Is this the same thing it's writing for you?
It did not. It actually is slightly different.
Oh, it's writing code. It's writing code.
It's straight up giving you the Boolean algebra equation of what. So if you boil literally everything down that operates, it's a 0 or a 1, right? Yeah. We all know that. We see that in movies all the time. 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1.
Binary.
Basically binary code. This right here, this is the world I live in, is what equals a 1 and what equals a 0.
Okay.
So this, I was just flat blown away.
Tell me this isn't a smart answer.
Accurate.
Is this thorough?
How accurate this answer is.
Is this thorough?
It's pretty thorough. The only thing I would do is the 0, 1 and the 1, 0 answers are correct, but you know there's a thing that says A and B up here that I think I would get rid of. I would have explained it a slight bit different, and literally I would have gotten. Here's the only change I would have made. Just explain to somebody.
Okay.
I would have gotten rid of the word and put a comma instead of the word and.
Okay.
That way, it's not, because there's a difference between an and an or in Boolean algebra. So,
right. But in general, this is pretty darn close to what you're looking for.
This really breaks it down. It is.
Here's what I forgot.
Right.
Here's what I forgot to mention. David. What you don't understand. What you don't understand. Not
one of these
only,
days, Broham Kern is going to watch it.
He's going to be like, you sons of... Yeah, David, look, here's the thing. It can do text compilation, image generation, embedding, let's see, search, classify, and compare text. All right. Code compilation and fine-tuning. This thing can literally write computer code for you. Now, it needs to understand the context of that code. You need to have a specific request. And if that specific request is possible based on the code type you choose, HTML, C++, Python for Pete's sake, it can write it. Now, if it's a request of an action that's not possible within that code type, it can't do it naturally. But this thing can write code for you. That is redonkulous. I didn't even try the image generation. Let's try the image generation. Let's see what happens. Let's see. Usage. All right. Blah, 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 blah. It likes cats. There's cats and dogs.
Well, I asked it to write the code for Pac-Man. And it was like, no, bro, that's a lot of time.
Yeah. All right.
It says writing the code for a game like Pac-Man would be complex and time-consuming. It's not possible to provide a complete code example in this forum. So that's, All
right. So here in the again, I just literally from the front screen, as soon as you sign in, I hit try it. This is the screen it brings me to. It gives me some examples. I'm going to say create an image of, what should I create an image of? And again, I apologize for you watching. I have not tried this functionality yet. If it gives me garbage, I don't know. What should I create an image of?
Flat Earth. Flat Earth. That's FLAT.
I misspelled Earth. I apologize. All right.
EARTH.
It says create an image of flat Earth. I'm gonna hit enter. Let's see what happens. Is it gonna give me an image? I'm sorry, but I'm unable to create images. I didn't. Okay. So there's something else in here where it does the image functionality, and I haven't gotten there yet. All right, we're gonna that doesn't matter. All right, so where is the image generation? All right, so here's the tutorial for the image generation. Dolly preview app. Let's see if we can get to Dolly. We've gone way over time, but I don't think we care at this point. We're logging over to Dolly. Let's hit continue. I don't know what's going on over here. Start creating with Dolly. All right. Here's their Dolly art generation. Now, look, this platform was the one that won some kind of art contest not too long ago. We spoke about it. Matt Harmon.
We call it a Stevie.
Yeah, Matt Harmon had a whole rant about that. Let's say
I'm with him.
Okay. Let's see. I don't know how to use the keywords in this. I'm just going to literally write the same thing I wrote. I'm going to say create image of the flat Earth. Okay. Create an image of flat Earth.
Both of us are literally, both of us are asking, okay, look at here.
Hang on. It's going. I see a Shiba Inu. All right. That's lame.
Oh, hey, there's our flat Earth.
Look, it wasn't wrong. Those aren't great, but it wasn't wrong.
Yeah.
Those are terrible.
Fath, eat the Earth.
Did I misspell something up here? Create an
image of flat Earth. Okay.
The flat Earth? Let's try and get something a little higher quality than those pieces of garbage. It's going.
Okay.
It's going.
Photo of white fur monster. Okay.
I like the fur monster better than the flat Earth images that came up with. Those are equally as bad. All right, let's come up with something more ethereal. Let's say, what if God smokes a pipe? Let's see.
WH, not WJ.
Look, I can't type right now.
So I can't you look at me and know I'm drunk?
What's the problem, Oscar? I don't know.
So I go down to the lounge down here, and for some reason, the area I'm in is just where a lot of the officers and correctional facilities officers, along with a lot of other cops are. So I hang out with them. Oh wow.
We had a couple options here. Some of these aren't terrible. What if God smokes a pipe? This is my.
All right, when you go back all the way to the right, that straight up is Monty Python, the Holy Grail, right there.
It's pretty close.
All to the right, your other right.
Look, I read left to right. That's
there
not
you
bad.
go. Tell me that does not remind you of the animation parts out of Monty Python.
It's not bad. We can do better. Let's see.
We have the technology.
We have the technology. Let's see what it says. It's thinking. Look, the DALL-E tool, when you correct... Here's the thing about the DALL-E tool. You need to understand.
Okay. Here's what, Dave, what you don't understand.
No, this is actually a real thing. The more you play with this tool, the better you get at plugging in keywords, the more it can understand from those keywords. And the smarter the results it comes up with. So this actually looks like general nonsense clip art that you could get from a random Google search. It's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. But DALL-E, it's a tool that you need to play with before you really get the best results.
Yeah. So I typed in over at OpenAI, I typed in how to take your boss's position. Ooh. And clearly the people who built the algorithm for this are, I want a nation of thinkers, or I don't want a nation of thinkers, I want a nation of workers. All right? Because here's the response. Elon, you and me are going to tangle on this one, bro. It is not appropriate to try to take someone else's position, especially without their knowledge or consent. Instead of trying to take someone else's position, you should focus on building your skills and experience and look for opportunities to advance in your career through hard work and dedication.
I got a different answer.
Pound Sam, Broham.
I typed in the answer. You can see it on screen right now. To take your boss's position, you will need to demonstrate to your employer that you are qualified for the role and that you are a strong candidate for the promotion. And it's going through a list of bullet points right now. Number 1, develop your skills and knowledge. And it expounds. Be a team player. It continues. Number 3, be productive and take initiative. It continues. Number 4, network and build relationships. It's still going. Demonstrate your value. It's still expounding. Is it going to be number 6? It's still going. It says, finally, overall, to take your boss's position, you will need to develop your skills and knowledge, yada, yada, yada. Dude, that's a random question, and it gave me a good answer with bullet points.
It's a pretty good answer.
I love bullet
pretty good answer. Yeah. A lot of people like step-by-step things, and that's the waypoints. Even as a guy who's we literally have the opposites here. We have West, who is bullet point centric, and I am very, very abstract.
David, what you understand? I went to art school. I spent a ridiculously long time getting a 4-year degree because I had so much fun in school. I know you love this phrase. I'm as far out of the box as you can imagine. I love that.
Good.
But I also love bullet points. I love a bullet point.
Yes, but the operation of that is very different, and most people know this.
Right.
So I had one of the lawyers from the company that I work for now. One of the lawyers actually watched this show a couple weeks ago, and his comment was like, "Wow, the interaction between you two is just seamless."
He watched our show?
Yeah, he watched the show, and there's just, he was just like the interaction, the chemistry, and the way that you guys feed off of each other. It's just flawless. The reason for that is very, very bullet point, very fuck it, let's go for it.
I hope he used that exact word because we are like, you're right.
He did not say that. That's just how I explain it out to people.
Good interpretation.
Because again, I didn't need to have AI write this thing to tell me how to explain this. It's like, here it is. What's crazy is I actually do a podcast kind of thing in my company,
Mm-hmm.
And it's not bullet point based, but it is. If I had to break it down, it would be a lot more like what you do because it's based on that. Now, once I get into that bullet point, my verbiage is open. I don't necessarily read what's on the screen or read what's on my notes. It's just a conversation about that, and on and on and on and on. So that, I mean, this OpenAI, I think, is going to do a lot of stuff. So next week. Next week. What is next week? Where am I going to be next week?
Next week is Christmas week, by the way.
I'm in I gotta click this other box here. That's the 21st. So yeah, I'm traveling, man. I'm gonna be in Boston the beginning of the week, and then I'll be in Connecticut the second end of the week, or the back half of the week. So I will be somewhere on the road doing this show. I think if you get me, and I don't typically try to take my computer. I usually do it from my iPad when I'm on the road. So maybe the week following that, maybe that might be a little bit better. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take West's agenda. I'm going to plug it into OpenAI.
Ooh.
In segments.
Interesting.
And create my talking points.
Okay.
Off of his agenda based on OpenAI. I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be great.
You know what? Look, I will bet money. I'll bet money that OpenAI, the platform that Elon Musk co-founded, will come up with very similar bullet points to what I come up with.
Yeah. That's what I want to do. So I don't know if I want to do it while I'm on the road, because I don't think I can give it the justification that it needs. So next week, I think we keep it nice and easy. The week after that, I'm definitely back here in my home chair. So I say we do that, and that'll be the week that I rock the OpenAI. Hey, Matthew Harmon is online. He says, I like money.
By the way,
congratulations. It's glad to hear from you. Hopefully you're doing well from your surgery. I know you had your penile reduction today, and I
think you mean enlargement.
I was giving him credit, man. He just had surgery.
Sorry, the other way around. I meant smaller.
Broham just had surgery, man. Come on, freaking help him out.
Let's help the man. So, Matt, I apologize. I didn't notice you were leaving comments before we were in the zone. And Matt,
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, he left a few comments here. Let's see. God bless us, everyone. Greetings from the land of painkillers. That sounds like Matt Harmon. And he likes money. And Matt, man, I hope your knee replacement's doing well. How are you feeling, man? If you need anything, let me know. I'm like a minute away. Let me know. I'll hook you up.
I'm like 7 hours away, so it'll take me a couple, hours longer. But yeah, call me.
But yeah, dude. Honestly, Matt, thanks for joining, man. So, David, was OpenAI, ChatGPT, was it worth somebody's attention?
It is worth your attention.
Was that not the smartest?
No.
Was that not the smartest AI you've ever used? I know you hate AI. Was that not the smartest AI you've ever used?
I have seen some Microsoft. Okay, so Microsoft has some really
Watson
good stuff
is
out
garbage. There. Watson's garbage.
There are some. I mean, you can literally have this thing literally vocally call a restaurant and place a reservation for you.
Watson's terrible.
So it's there, but I think it's definitely worth something. In almost everyone's life, there is some room to, if it's not something that's going to be, monetarily beneficial to you, there is definitely something that is entertaining and enlightening to you from this platform. So chat.openai.com. or just Google OpenAI.com, go over to it, sign up for whatever it is you need to do, get on, mess with the platform. It is definitely something that I would recommend that you take some time to just go. I mean, we have asked this thing some pretty stupid questions tonight, and I think
gave great answers.
And it has given some pretty good answers. And we've also found that if you ask it a question, it comes back and it's like, Broham, don't do that. You can ask it in a different way, and it's like, oh, all right, here, bud, I got you covered.
Well, you asked. I forget the last question we asked.
How to take your boss's position?
Yeah. So
versus,
I
that's
literally,
what came from me, and it said, bro, don't do that.
Here's the thing. So one, it told you, bro, don't do that. I think the only difference was I changed punctuation. Mm-hmm. I literally think that was the only difference.
Also, in case you guys don't know, I'm getting paid by the word bro tonight.
So, honestly, Matt Harmon, I know you're watching this. I also know you're still in college. Go to OpenAI, look for ChatGPT. This will change the way that you write papers for school. It writes business plans. It'll answer random BS questions. It'll give pretty good answers to random BS questions. And if you don't get the answer you like, change the punctuation, get the answer you want, and I'm telling you, this is a smart AI. Dude, here's my prediction. Out there in the ether, I predict there will be a new home automation tool device owned and or developed by a company that might be partially owned by Elon Musk. Exactly. That uses this AI. AI tool, because if Alexa had this level of intuition, Alexa would be making money right now, and Amazon wouldn't have had all those layoffs. That's my prediction. If Alexa was this smart, I would use Alexa every day.
Yeah, I always thought so when they first rolled out. Back to it, because I've been sitting here going Casa, K-A-S-A. Casa is a company that is not Google. It's not Amazon. It is a company that could be bought, and it already has a pretty good foothold and platform that has integration with both Google and Amazon. So that is the route I would go.
But it's not driving the AI behind Alexa or Google Home. That's the problem.
It's not. That's the thing. So you can integrate with both. So you can talk to your OK Google, and you can talk to your Hey Alexa, right, or Hey Siri, and it will do what it is that you need it to do. And yes, I said all of those in that manner so that everybody's machines around them would immediately start trying to do stuff. But I think that's a good company to go after. And I know Elon, he watches us every night it's just, he watches us as he's sipping his water or
Elon
Mars.
Musk. Look,
or
Elon
Mars water.
And I are like this. He watches the show. He knows.
Yeah, he knows. And that's the way I would go. That's it. So we are 2 hours and 6 minutes into this.
Dude, I told you this would be a good show. I told you.
This was actually a really good show. I'm really glad we did it. I think it showed off very well. I think it showed very well some things. Plus, we talked early on for the first 48 minutes or so about a little bit more business management and kind of personal type management scenarios that I think we don't typically get into, which I think will benefit a lot of people. So again, to recapitulate, if you work for a micromanager, get the F out. They're gonna stifle your growth. Get out from underneath them. And if people start seeing that exodus, they're going to be like, what happened? Well, if I'm working under micromanager, then they'll be replaced.
Right.
Because micromanagers belong at the bottom.
Well, they always land in the middle, and that's where they spend the rest of their careers. Yeah. We do a whole show on micromanagement.
Yeah, I know, but they belong at the bottom. They end up in the middle. They end up in the middle because they get promoted up one level, or maybe 2 levels.
But they're not good enough to rise.
After that, they cannot go up. After that, they cannot go up because they cannot contemplate what actually needs to be done. If somebody doesn't hand it to them in a box, it's there. So if you don't like what I just said, piss off. I don't care. Until next week, I've been Dave.
He's been West.
That Broham over there has been West. Wait, I'll put my finger up so you can see it. That Broham over there has been West.
That guy's been West.
This is a... Wait, no. There we go.
There you go. One of those guys. One of those guys has been David. One of those guys has been
one
West.
of these guys has been West.
That guy right over there.
Hey, there's some names under the bottom. You can just read it. And it still says Dave, by the way. Until next week, we'll see you then.
All right.
All right, guys.
We'll have the AI rewrite it. We'll see you next time.
Infatuated with the in-between, the ups and downs, the curves and the rounds. I'll bring it to your city or your hometown. I'll go back in time when the feeling was fine, when funkin' was legal and it wasn't a crime. Party people lined up and down the way, a bigger celebration than your birthday. Funkin' up the neighborhood, I felt the fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt the fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. And I have seen the world pristine, funk you up in the bushes, funk you down in the trees. Now look around, all the frowns, the yellow, the white, the red and the brown. And keep in mind, it never costs a dime, 'cause funkin' is free, I remember the time. Now look today, the streets are gray, time to take it back to yesterday. Funkin' in the neighborhood, I felt the fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt the fool 'cause the funkin' was good. It was good in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt full 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt full 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood.